Oh, wait. Oh, crap. That was private apartment. That was a staff room. That's the worst part about it. Okay, so. First and foremost, that isn't actually the worst derp, because it is still very useful there. And I'll explain why. But I was going for theme, and I wasn't actually caring for the efficiency, so that does kind of frustrate me a little bit. The way that works is right now, if a teacher over here gets tired, they've got to walk all the way down here and all the way along there, which means they'll start walking much sooner. Getting a teaching apartment and maybe a bright refectory over here is actually a good move, simply because it will diminish the how quickly staff leave their post, because they will calculate how long it's going to take them to get to where they need to satisfy it. But that is a little bit frustrating. So what is the core gameplay loop of this game? There seems to be a ton to click on. Alright, so the core gameplay loop is you build up mana as your students study at the various teaching rooms that you've got. You spend that mana to draw new cards from your deck to be able to play those cards to expand your university. Over time, you will be given the option to go out and interact with the various factions around the area, and you can change how quickly that happens. But on every university, you get 3 quests that you can pick from. One of them is set based on the location you go to, but the other 2 you can pick from a couple of options. You have until this timer fills up to complete those quests. The more gold stars you get, the better further runs. It's kind of a roguelite in a way. Each university is a distinct individual location. You basically start the university at a specialist location which has some sort of like rule change. Like here, fires randomly start because we're in a volcano. Certain other areas might have the children are poorer, or the children are smarter, or there's a longer trip to the village. So if you don't accommodate their needs in the university, they have long travel times to and from the university, so less time spent learning. After a student has been here for X many years, and when you recruit them, you'll find out how many they're going to be here. You'll see how smart they are, how wealthy they are, their alignment. All of these things kind of play in, and the idea is that when a student graduates, they graduate to a certain future, and that can have either immediate gains, which only impact the current university you've built, or permanent gains, which are like meta progression for the whole campaign, in the roguelite sense. So as well as getting a triple gold star is a very big focus, you want to get futures for your students that will give you permanent improvements across not just this university, but the next one and all subsequent universities you build. Eventually, you will get to a university point where you have to fight the armies of darkness. At that point, you will need to have done particularly well and built up a really strong university and have all kinds of resources at your disposal to win the fight. Otherwise, you lose. The Army of Darkness on each university kind of progresses, and you can stall this, or you can ignore it and it'll just progress at the regular rate, or some things will make it progress a little bit faster. And once it gets here, normally that's that particular map done. You flee the university, leave it to rack and ruin, and you build a new one. But like I said, eventually you're going to hit a university. I think there's like 6 of them or something like that. And once you hit that last one, that's it. You have to defeat the Army of Darkness at that point. That's the core game loop. There's actually a lot of stuff going on here, but the main loop is you're teaching children using the mana that they generate from learning to improve the university, with the end goal of getting them the best future that you can, with a bit of strategy involved, in order to ultimately be able to build the best university by the end one. We haven't gone on the quest battle yet, Habitual Oath, no. Smart, wealthy, even with only 5 years, I'm going to accept you. Normal, average. Deep folk. Bit slow, poor, no. Smart, poor. Shadow Disciple worker. Cure for 7 years, yes. Brilliant, cure for 5 years, that's fine. You're learning 40% faster than normal anyway. Normal, miserable wealth. You're an elf, but you'll get a good future because elves only choose from the 4 best futures that they could have. But you're going to be here for so little time, I'm going to say no. It's almost an automatic no with only 3 years, even if you're smart. If you were brilliant, I'd say maybe, but no. My dear heretic sorcerer friend, what a pleasure to see you. To calm the 10 tensions there might be, we come bearing a gift. Oh, sacred magic. That is so nice. We don't want any of this. Give everything to the orphanage for demonist children. Some equipment to teach light magic. Fantastic. A pack of blessed halos. Fantastic. What do you want, chat? What gift do we want from the Inquisition? "6 a.m. and it's down to 21 Celsius, and soon the sun will be back up." Yep, that is pretty much our life right now. Hey, you lazy pirate, thank you ever so much for the 29 months, mate. But I hope that answered your question, mildly salted. Do let me know if there is anything else you would like me to answer specifically. Sacred magic, we don't really need. We're generating quite a lot of that, I would say. And we don't really need prestige. So I would say it's between the light room and the sacred halo. Halos, everyone wants halos, okay. When a student reaches at least 3 in sacred magic, they get a sacred halo. Their hunger now grows 75% slower. On the topic of, yeah, I'm fairly certain there's going to be 6 because there are 6 potential rewards. There are much more than 6 maps, which is why some people have never seen the Volcano map. They've just never chosen it. But you only get 6 maps, so by the 6th, we need an amazing faculty and amazing university in general. And part of that comes from all of these futures. So it will track the amount during the campaign and the amount during this level. So for example, we've trained 7 guards out of the 8 total guards that we've ever had. But every guard means that every time we interact with the king, we'll get 5 gold. So right now, we're going to get 8 times 5. Which is actually really good. So once we start talking to the king, we're just going to generate oodles of cash. But you need Heroism 1 and a sum of 10 magic levels to have the chance of getting this. But also has the trait Courageous. So that was an interesting one. We've also got a Draug. Receive 2 alchemy. Some of them will affect how good your school is. For example, increases the efficiency of demonic chambers by 2%. Our herbalists, all of our potions are more effective. Let's have a look for another really good one. Increases the efficiency of our bright refractories by 1%. Receives 1 natural mana for each season for each werewolf in the school. Cultists receive 1 arcane mana each season for each deep one in the school. Some are instantaneous. It just means that you would have received an item or some mana in that level. So having these doesn't matter. But on all of the permanent ones, whatever their permanent effect is, so here the 200 mana would have been an instant reward, but the Druidism learning rate increasing by 0.5, that's a campaign reward. It's a permanent reward, so... and quite a lot of them, like all new students have a 1% chance of having the Unbreakable trait. This is amazing for combat. I need more Undead Slayers, so bad. We need Retribution of 2 and Necromancy of 2, and they have to be aggressive. Now, problem is, aggressive is a negative trait, and I've got things in my school that actively pull down negative traits, have a chance of removing them. So some negative traits you actually want. Is there any limit to how many, for instance, shoulder pads a student can wear? Yes, 1. You can have 1 of each type of item. And I'll show you what items we've got, because I've always wondered that, and I've also wondered if you can only have 1, do they pick the best one, or is it literally just first come, first serve? And it's apparently first come, first serve, so we're going to bear that in mind. We've got loads of instantaneous ones. Let's keep looking down. We should have vampire counts around here somewhere. I don't see the vampire counts. There are vampire counts. They should have a golden border. There we are, vampire counts. We've had 3 vampire counts, and all 3 of them have been on this level. But in terms of the artifacts we've got, let me quickly bring that up in the statistics book. We've got Arcane Amulets, Necrostaff, 4-season shoulder pads, Runic Spear. The Runic Spear is probably the better one over the Necrostaff, frankly. Back Finery. The Sacred Halo's on a head slot, so I imagine the Protective Goggles goes there too. Mechanical Owl. is... I don't know, actually, on that one. Is that a shoulder slot? I don't know. This is an amulet. Oh, so the halo and the Sylvan King's horns and the protective goggles, probably all the same thing. Wild breastplate, and I don't know, backfinery and wild breastplate, I don't know if they would compete, but... the students require a certain level of various abilities to grab that one. Hey, a wombat, thank you very much for that. That's super kind of you. That is stupendously kind. 10 gift subs, chat. Chat, I don't want to draw your attention to anything too wild, but the number of total gifts that Wombat has given to this channel is scary. There are far too many numbers in that number. There are far too many numbers in that number. My God. Wombat, thank you ever so much. You absolute mad lad. I don't even know how to process that. Dear God. Well, I think it's fair to say that you enjoy the stream, and for that I'm extremely happy. Thank you, mate. That level of support is absolutely ridiculous. Let's zoom in a bit. I don't know why... Oh, there we go. Whatever it was doing, it was thinking really hard about it. Wow, and another gift sub as well. Thank you so much, mate. Don't talk about numbers. I have 2 weak constitution for math. Fair enough. I understand. Right. We've got bonkers amounts of mana right now. That seems like it's going to get all the way up there by itself. Let's go say hello to the dwarves again then. A little bit of extra prestige. Yeah. We're up to 275 prestige. Evil Overlord banner, we've already got it. Another Janitor's Lodge. A prison. Another Janitor's Lodge might not be a terrible idea, frankly, because it is messy here. And this Janitor's Lodge could exist just above this double Janitor Lodges, but that's kind of in a, unfortunately, not very good position. We'll buff up this one, I think. There we go. They've now got a clothesline. There you go. Big upgrade. No, you don't have to say thank you. I do this because I care. Light Scepter, we don't need that. Medical Bed would actually be nice. Act as soon as this room have a small chance of gaining the Ambitious trait. That is useful, and we've already got one somewhere, I do believe. I think I popped it in there. So at this stage, let's go for... It's this room. That is the Arcane room. Yeah, let's pop her in the Arcane room. We have a lot of people go through there, so... Getting Ambitious would be fantastic. Dolomon. Characters asleep in this bed no longer become tired for a long time. I mean, that would actually not be bad for... vampires, if we could make that happen. We have not been good on the bed game, gotta be honest. We have not been getting many of those beds. Bit slow, average, unbreakable, popular. Oh, wow. A popular... Again, I can't say no to this, but you're only going to be here for 3 years. There is such a high chance you won't get anything. And you're going to get quadruple negatives if you get a bad future. Oh, my lord. Can I become a demonology student? Sadly, we can't name students, or rather, I'm not naming students specifically. We're naming the teachers because we go through hundreds, possibly thousands of students in a run. So we would never, like, it would just be an unending stream of naming. So no to the students, but the teachers and the houses we name. Ambitious worker, smart. You're fine being here. Yes, another ambitious. Cowed claustrophobia. Normal well off, but you're here for 7 years, so that's fine. Brilliant here for 5 years. That's reasonable. We just took on a lot of students there. Few too many, in my opinion. Right, Barkovit hats. We'll pop it there, sure. 200 arcane mana. I see no reason not to. Magical Theory Doctorate. Permanently improves the teacher. While teaching, this teacher generates a large quantity. Ooh. Also, Gazebo is quite nice, but we need that on whoever is doing the arcane. Yes. Our inspiring under the king's protection person. Yes. Yes. There you go. You've now got a doctorate in the arcane, and you generate a large amount of arcane mana, which is a quest requirement. Perfect. We're bored. We don't know what to do. There's nothing fun to do in the students' hall. Alright, I'll give you some applied alchemy work to make me some alcohol. I'll find a critter to keep you busy. I'll put together a nature trip with the Adventurers Guild. We'll revise your lessons then. I'll grab you a pet. We can go with the witch's cat, creature that wanders around the school and reduces all the needs of characters in the same room. Or something that, chomps on people's hands. We'll go with the cat. I'll pop the cat over there. Witch's cat. Go, go, go. Right. A bit slow. Oh, no. For 3 years? No. Oh, you're going to have double jack of all trades. That's fine. I'm going to say no to a vampire for 5 years who's a bit slow. Someone who's smart is going to be here for 7 years. That's a big yes. All right, time to see what we get. Guard. Thanks to their limited ambition. Really? You have a lot of skills. I'm kind of surprised. Let's re-roll. Gravedigger. 2 light mana when you draw a shadow card. Even though that doesn't give us any prestige, that's fine because this is a permanent upgrade. 2% chance of losing claustrophobia trait. We've got a lot of these, but I still do see some people showing up with claustrophobia. But I think we're going to re-roll. A barber. I shouldn't have re-rolled. Guard. I see no reason not to accept that. Vigilante. Increases the efficiency of righteous cloisters by 1%, thanks to their moral values. Alright. We've only got, we've got a 13.43% of Vigilante and only a 17.91% chance of a vampire count. We've got a Vigilante vampire. Blade, is that you? My lord. They took being Batman far too serious. I think, instead of having ridiculously wealthy parents that were taken out by the Joker and then, they inherited all their wealth and a kick-ass butler, this Batman wannabe sadly got taken to see Morbius by their parents, and their parents died of shame for having taken them to Morbius, and it just went all downhill from there. More or less ended up in the same place, but, they've got no wealth or a kick-ass butler. They are a vampire, though, so, there are pros and there are cons. Many more cons, but we'll accept it. You can be a vigilante. Oh, dear Lord, Wombat, again with the massive gift sub of 20 gifts of... Dear... What? Isham Gamer. But it's morbing time. Apparently, Wombat thinks so too. My lord. Thank you so much for that ridiculous amount of gifts. There aren't words, chat. Help me find words. Other than thank you, which feels entirely, simultaneously not enough and also exactly what I need to say. But, thank you so much, mate. Ritual Priest, or we roll again? We'll roll again. Herbalist, that's nice. Librarian, we'll go with. Herbalist, again, I will accept. Craftsman. Sandman. No, Herbalist, apparently. Adventurer, well, I guess I'll take you. Village Mage is better than Peasant, so... I mean, we miss out on the opportunity for you to give us double prestige, but the alternative is double -1, so I accept. Thank you. Royal Taster, we'll take that. Smuggler? No. You are fated to be a Village Mage. Smuggler? Yes. Ritual Master? We could go herbalist, but no. Thanks to their obscure knowledge of summoning herbs, Raphael Zangas becomes a ritual priest. No. Village mage for you. Saved you. Smuggler. I will accept at this point. So that's 2 prestige, which pulls back the Army of Darkness by 2%. Another herbalist I'll take. It could be a minion. No! Let me reroll again! Please! No! Damn it, we just killed a deep folk. Dapper rips in chat, please. My lord. My good lord. I don't even. Oh, and thank you very much again, Wombat, for the gifts up to Urgle Burgle this time. I've doomed us all. Alright, so the Army of Darkness got a little bit of a boost, but it took more of a setback than a boost, so, you know, we'll just have to accept it. Don't want to, but we're gonna have to. Heatbox from the future. New deep, 5 new deep folk? I mean, yes. I see no reason to say no. Steadfast, smart, yes, you're here for a while. Wow, yo, brilliant, and here for 7 years. Another brilliant for 5 years. Normal, that's fine for 7. I'm gonna say no. Right, okay. Time for us to go through our student body and find out what. Once again, someone else added more time. Why are so many? Oh my lord, please. Please stop. Turning your heads into pumpkins. It's never the answer, children. Aavak, just when you think you're playing a different game, XCOM out of nowhere. Yeah, that's every game is XCOM eventually. Yeah, brilliant 7 years and popular. It was kind of bonkers. Sadly, with 7 years, there's a good chance they are not going to become a minstrel. They're probably going to have way too good stats for that. Right, moving on. No, you can stay there for now. You can move on, though. You can move on. Somehow you really don't have many skills, but I guess. Definitely time to move you somewhere else. You are currently about to graduate, as are you. Please get something good. You don't have very high stats, but please do your best. You still have nothing. You've been here for 3 years. This is why we need to be I'm going to have to increase the amount of money that I'm charging. I need to scale back the amount of students we're getting so badly. You can definitely move on down. You can too. Yeah. Graduate. You can stay here for now. Graduating. You can move on. I kind of want to keep you here because you've got the Jack of all trades 2 right now and you've only got 2 disciplines. I might change my mind, but I think we'll keep you there for now. You can move on, though. You definitely need to stay. Bump you up. Yeah, you have 99.5% chance not to die. Death comes. Yeah, pretty much. We legitimately got XCOM'd. Right, quite a lot of people now have only been here for a short time, but some of you have managed to get some decent skills. You've got down to earth, so I'm actually going to pop you straight down into the combat house rather than the one that's focusing on Arcana. It looks like most people now have only been here for a little while. It's not terrible. I do need more and more and more places for them to learn, though. I feel. Yeah, that's pretty much it now. Alright, let's check out here. You could probably stay for now, actually. Wow, you've basically... The only thing you're bad at is arcane. You can just move down there, that's fine. You're amazeballs. You've got a 4 in elementalism and a 4 in demonology. 2 in necromancy, 2 in portal magic, 2 in temporal magic. You might become an archmage. If I could just push you a little bit harder towards that, that is a high prestige future. You need 4 to 5. 5 is better, but you only need 4 of them at level 4. If you can get that, that is high prestige values there. You go on down as well. You can stay there for a little bit longer. As can you. Anything that's not 100% is 50%. And if it's 50%, it's 0%. Unless it's a bad outcome. Then everything that's not 0% is 50%. And 50% is 100%. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That is pretty much XCOM. You can probably move on, actually. Let's pop it down there. Maximize your abilities in that area. Orphan. Let's get you down there. I feel you can move down as well. You need to stay a little longer, as do you. You're actually doing well. Moving on. You need to stay. Staying. Also staying. Yeah, keeping you there too. You might be able to... You're unbreakable and an orphan. You're basically a child soldier, sadly. That hurts me to say, but realistically, within the confines of this game, you are the perfect candidate to go off and do adventuring. Orphan, courageous, once again. You can stay there. You should, and you should. Oof. Okay, right. We have now got quite a lot of people in the in Sparktic. One who will what? Okay, so speaking about soldiers, it feels to me as if Wombat has gotten lost somewhere along the lines and has lost contact with their handler and is now having to give themselves directives and have decided to go on a war, a one-man war against non-subs. The non-subs are in shambles right now. Limbs flying off left and right. It's boom. Massive anti-material rifle shot to the shoulder, to the hip. Non-subs are not allowed, it seems. Dear Lord. There won't be anyone left after this, says Tom Sawyer. It does feel that way. But okay. Even though Wombat has said this a bajillion times in chat, and I know I'm being a pain in the ass every single time I now ask after you made it abundantly clear the first 3 times I asked. I have to. Okay, please accept this. It is a requirement for my conscience. You do not need to drop subs on this stream. It is not necessary on any level. Please. Please take care of yourself before you take care of anyone else. Hey, you sheeple, thank you very much for the gift sub, mate. Diolch yn fawr. But, dear God, you've already created a level 5 hype train. Basically, one man the level 5 hype train. Thank you. Unsub hide strategy engaged. It does appear that what I don't understand. Is Lander rather? Yes. I will go with you. I'll go with concur. That is the safest option at all times. We've also got a friendly ghost in chat as well. And Gavin Hawk, dear Lord, with the bits. Chat, you're gonna send me weird signals. At this point, I'm gonna start thinking that all you want to see is Spellcaster University. I mean, you won't get it, but I'm going to feel guilty now whenever I play anything else. Nine, thank you ever so much for the 81 months. And Ashura Storm, thank you so much for the gift sub. You're all being super, super kind. Thank you all so much. But once again, Wombat, thank you for that support. It's absolutely otherworldly levels of support. But do be certain, take care of yourself before you worry about dropping subs on this streamer or any other streamer. You didn't mess up. Again, like I said, I'm sure I annoy you by the amount of times I fuss over it. I'm like a mother hen sometimes. When I see someone dropping loads of subs, I'm like, are you okay? Is everything all right? You're going through a rough time and you just need to feel the spark of happiness that comes from giving gifts. Thank you. What we really want to see is tyranny, Aavak, but Spellcaster University is a good one to tide us over. Well, okay, fair enough. Legofish, I can support that thought. What? Hey, welcome, mate. Thank you once again, everyone. You're all wonderful, beautiful peeps. Crazy generous, as is, at this point, wildly known about the Dapplings. Hateable Vermin, thank you very much for the cheer, mate. Diolch yn fawr. I feel like this is one of those, if I won the lottery, I won't broadcast it, but there will be signs. What was it, Faye? I do sometimes wonder. Oh, so thanks to you, I'm now $1.2 billion in debt. Thank you very much. You're very dapper dragging you. What? Why you want... what? How would... oops. I guess, Shakal Dracons? I'm gonna go with oops. I'm gonna say that oops is the best thing to do. Alright, thank you ever so much, everyone. We've already smashed through the level 5 hype train station. Thankfully, it's a bit of temporal and spatial shenanigans. It basically never ends. It's like the stairs in Mario 64. Unless you glitch through it. But don't do that. Thank you so, so much, everyone. You're amazing. Aavak, have you seen the game Stray yet? I have seen it. I have not played it, though. Shipbreaker. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoy cutting up ships. That's all I got, but I got to do my part. Thanks for the good streamer. Lord Malin, you do not need to do it. You don't got to do your part. You just got to be here. That is all that is asked of you. Not even required, just politely requested. Thank you so much, mate. Akora, thank you so much for the bits. And Wombat again with the last couple of gift subs. 10 gift subs just before the hype train ended. That was absolutely bonkers. Thank you ever so much, everyone. Level 5 hype. You're all glorious. Ha! Belial. It seems that you haven't been keeping up with your training, my friend. Those are Discord emotes right there. You sheeple, thank you very much for the gift subs, buddy. God, you're breaking me. Enjoy your level 5 hyper emotes. Please do. Use them liberally in chat. Alright. We need to get you out of here, though. You are not... you're actually really good at certain abilities, but you need to be up there. Same with you. You've got far less skills, but that's okay. Alright, at this point, we're basically looking for anyone who is about to graduate. We don't actually have any other place to put them from here. And soon enough, we're not even going to need to necessarily have them in here either. It's good to once we've completed this quest, I'm probably going to set this up. Oh my lord, a raid as well. That redonkulous hype train, and then raiders. I'm going to you, Etal chat. You heard that gift subs were dropping like bombs over here. People were getting sniped left and right, and you decided to try and throw yourselves in the line of fire like the heroic minions that you are. Well played. I approve. Trying to take bullets for the team that you're not even technically on. Well, some of you were actually on it, but judging by some of the emotes. But we salute your sacrifice. Unfortunately, too late. All the bullets, they've run out of ammo. Guns are empty. It's Alex. How was Kenshi? Etal chat, I've got a simple question for you. Is Beep still alive? Simple question. Yes, no answer. Go. Beep is not the answer. I mean, well, maybe it is the answer, actually, considering Beep. Yes, and he's shredded. Is he Cyber Beep? Oh, Jake, thank you very much for the gift subs as well, mate. Oh, my lord. Chat is going crazy right now. Not yet. He's too useful now, so Talix is not going to throw him away. I see. Wise, Beep. Get in there, make yourself useful in the beginning, just kind of wheedle your way into Talix's affections. Clever. Beep is the strongest. In Beep's words. I mean, Beep does have quite a lot of words. I don't know if there are any other characters in Kenshi that have as many voice lines as Beep, actually. Speaking of Kenshi, please start it up again, Aavak. Oh, no. Etal, what have you done? I feel that the Kenshi stands in Etal chat is starting to rub off on Dapper chat. This is not okay. This infection must be stopped right now at source. Hey, you sheeple, thank you so much for the other gifts up there. Okay, so Raiders, welcome to a little bit more Spellcaster Uni. I imagine quite a few of you are familiar with it, if you've been watching Italics long enough. We are about halfway through a run, rather a particular university. I think this is our third university, so technically halfway through the campaign, actually. When was the last time you played this, Italics? Also, if we could get another shout out in chat for Italics, that would be amazing. Oh my lord. Wombat, please no. Oh god. Much like Snowpiercer, it turns out that bullets weren't extinct after all, and Wombat has just taken 50 more victims. I'm sorry for the false hope that I gave you that your lives were not going to be sacrificed. Etal chat. 50 of you just got taken out like that. Snuffed out. Just boom. Maybe it was just one really good headshot. You just all lined up trying to travel down the train, you know, because let's be honest, people moving down a train, you're going to end up lining up their heads more often than not, as it happens. You know, a little bit of variance due to height, but generally speaking, a high enough caliber weapon would probably be able to pop all 50 of them in one go. Well, on the plus side, now the defenders don't need to specifically give you their robes, you have robes of your own. Hooray. Now you can be flame sword wielding robed cultists. That's top tier cult. Well, I mean, it's not top tier because there's no tentacles or halos or too many eyes. You're probably like a tier cultist now, maybe like B plus tier, somewhere around there. Not even reinforcements could save the non-sub. No, they were doomed. They were doomed. They realized how pointless their fight was. I think some of them are just laying down pretending to have already been gotten. But thank you so very much, mate, for dropping by. Chat, in amongst all of the craziness that was going on, it may have been easy to miss the shout-out, but there is another one there for you. So please, if you haven't already followed the talent, do so right now. Unreserved recommendation from myself. In fact, if you're a member of the absolutely not a cult, we just like robes, then it is now technically required. It's not specifically written in the rules. It's just very heavily encouraged with whips. Both the nice kind and also the bad kind. We don't discriminate. If you're masochist, it could be the bad kind. But if you're masochist, the bad kind are also the nice kind. So really, they're always the nice kind. Hateable Vermin, that is the best combination of Etal and Dapper emotes that I've seen yet. Well played. I approve, quite massively. We're going to make Etal drink proper tea whether he likes it or not. Because the coffee cup points the other way. It's one of those unwritten rules, like the social norms of Japan. Sure, we'll go with that. All right. I need to continue sorting out the student body, making sure that all of the people who are about to graduate are in the correct house. And then we will cover what the houses are and, in fact, the game as a whole. Thank you so much for your patience, Raiders, and indeed Dapper Chatters as a whole. That was quite a large... That was quite a large derailment of the hype train that was at the speed that it was going and the percentage it actually reached. Probably Blaine. I mean, realistically, you're only going to get to those kind of ridiculous speeds if you are Blaine the Mono. Thankfully, let's just say it didn't reach as bad of an end, but totally was ultra swanky and did, in fact, have ice sculptures inside. Everyone on board got a personalized ice sculpture all of their own. The Dapper train is ultra fancy. Okay, so this is our current map. We are on the Volcano map, so there are fires everywhere. The university is probably one of the tallest universities we've had so far. We are halfway towards the Army of Darkness arriving, and part of that is because we've got so many deep folk who end up getting prestigious graduations, which keep pushing the Army of Darkness back, which is pretty nice. I'm quite happy with that. Oh, take care, Bilal. You have a good one, mate. Right now, we are about to complete all three of our quests. We've got a tiny amount of arcane mana we need to get, which we will easily get, and it's just a matter of time before we rebuild the old alliance with the dwarves. We've already rebuilt the alliance with the orcs, with Wizards of the Horde. Now, in terms of the houses we've actually got probably one of the more organized setups that I've ever had on any of my universities, which may be why we're doing so well. We've currently got a finisher house with Diligent Popular. Specifically, Popular doubles the prestige gain or loss at the end of the study. So a deep folk person who gets any kind of positive prestige will push back the Army of Darkness by double the normal prestige amount as a consequence of just being here. A popular deep folk will push it back by 4 times the amount, which is kind of bonkers. We've then got our entry house, which has a jack of all trades and trains in everything. So anyone who joins, any new student goes in here for a little bit and has just a big bonus on just learning a little bit of anything, and will hopefully pick up a couple, like my litmus test is do like 3 or 4 skills spread across 4 different disciplines. About 3 different disciplines, and then I move them on to either the Rizal house, which is our Arcane Scholar house, which is how we're getting our Arcane mana mostly, or the Sparktic House, which is our combat-focused house to run the dungeons. We've currently got 2 dungeons open to us, and Sparktic has the Courageous trait, which means that we will deal 35% more damage in combat. We've got a reasonable amount of non-humans here as well. Quite a few werewolves, which is really nice, though probably mostly deep folk, frankly. That it may be because we've got statues of Cthulhu all over the place, in fact. So, you know, it happens. But this, I think we're starting to get to a point now where our combat group are high enough in skill that we might be able to send them out to raid a couple of dungeons. We may hold off on that a little bit longer, because as we go... Right now, one of the biggest problems we have is there's simply not enough classrooms for the students we've got. So we are starting to be a lot more selective with our student body. And in fact, we're going to pump it up to the application 3 is now going to be 30 gold. We don't need the money. I just need to reduce the amount of people trying to come in. We are pre-selecting for educated students so that they can get the most bang for buck out of the studies that they have here. I may actually, considering we don't need the gold, I'm going to increase staff salaries.